Hey y'all, if you're new here, I'm Shayna and I'm reviewing Love is Blind Season 2 After the Altar. If you watched my Married at First Sight review, you know that I am absolutely under the weather. Like, I'm still overcoming this cold and it's getting the best of me, but I said I was going to bring y'all this review. So I'm going to bring it on time. So excuse me if my energy isn't all the way up, but I'm going to give y'all what y'all got. I mean, it was a little underwhelming anyway, if you ask me. So it's all right. We'll be all right. But definitely hit the subscribe button. I'm bringing y'all this content even when I'm feeling under the weather. I got to 100, so I'm so happy about my 100 subscribers. My goal is to get to 1,000 and the next 1,000 and the next 1,000. So if you like this video, definitely hit the subscribe and the like, share, help your girl out. It don't cost you a dime, but it will make my day. And let's go ahead and get into it. I really didn't take any notes. Like, we're just going to have a conversation. I'm going straight off of memory because there wasn't much to write down. Like, there was 2 or 3 episodes of After the Altar, but we were pretty much rehashing the same thing over and over. Like, I felt like it was Shayna heavy. You would think that I would be a fan of her since we share the same name, but no. Like, I see more of her After the Altar than I did on the actual season. I don't know why. I wrote down a couple's names, so I'm just going to go in that kind of order. So we had Shane and Natalie. They were saying that they tried because Shane met up with Shayna. She cut his hair and all that when the show first started. And he was telling her that after the wedding, they didn't talk for about a week. They got back together. They got re-engaged. They broke up. They're on and off, on and off, on and off. That's just the dynamic of their relationship. But this last time, Natalie ended it, so he's still hurt by that. Natalie was going throughout the episodes. She was telling the ladies and, sharing with us in her confessional that Shayna and Shane were sending flirtatious messages in the DM on Instagram. She saw it on his phone that him and Shayna were flirting with each other. They try to act like their relationship was platonic, but it wasn't. I thought that we heard that before, like even on the reunion. I could have sworn at some point we've heard that before, and I guess they try to work it out again. I believe Natalie. We don't know what the truth is. We don't know. It's all alleged, speculation is her word, his word, her word, and the truth lies somewhere in the middle. Could it just been, do I think they're just friends now at this point? Yeah, I mean, sure. She's married now. Shayna is a married woman, so congratulations to her. She's a newlywed. But that doesn't mean that they didn't send inappropriate messages. Maybe they found like it was just a friendly flirtation, but if you're with someone and she finds it inappropriate, especially given the history, he should have put a stop to that. Excuse me. But that was that. Shayna brought her boyfriend at the time, turned fiance, who's now her husband, onto the show. We know later on at the end they had an 80s themed party. Of course we kind of looked to see if it's given what the first season gave. It did not give what the first season gave. We also know that the 2 married couples, which was Ayana and Jared, filed for divorce, and Nick and Danielle filed for divorce. So we are 0 for 5, I believe, as far as the couples. We don't have any successfully married couples from this season, but I do remember seeing that there were like 3 couples who, got engaged after the pods that they didn't show. Like, they just didn't have enough time to film all of the couples, so those 3 did not get filmed, but there were other couples. And I'm wondering, are those couples successful? Would those couples have made a better storyline had they been on the show? Like, y'all didn't show them, but maybe they actually got engaged and actually went off and got married, and then you would have had a success story. I wonder what happened with those couples. We need like 1 episode of Love is Blind for the couples that weren't shown, like for 1 and 2. Like, bring back the couples who they didn't show just to see what they're up to and how they were successful outside of the cameras. We didn't have Shake. We know no one was really a fan. No one probably wanted to film with him. So I'm assuming that's why they didn't bring him back. No need, really. I mean, I didn't see the need. I thought they would have brought him back just to bring him back because he was a part of the cast, but nope. am so sorry, y'all. I apologize. See, I'm not joking with y'all. I rolled myself up out of that bed, coughing, took my medicine, took my vitamin C, and turned this camera on. But Deputy and Kyle, and we know Deputy was a fan fave. They had a situationship, friendship, but they wanted to see if it could be more. Kyle said, he messed up the last time by not picking her. And now, he doesn't want to lose her, but if he doesn't choose her again, but he also doesn't want to lose the friendship. And so they go through the whole thing. They're basically carrying on like a couple. It's heavily a situationship. They go through the 80s party, and he finally, towards the end of the episode, says, he wants to be exclusive. He wants her to be his girlfriend. I hope they're still together. We don't really have an update on that. I'm assuming they're still together. They didn't say they're not. And I actually like them. They make a much better fit than the people they chose when they were in the pods. I think that they should have, gone with each other to begin with, and maybe they would have been a success story. Danielle and Nick, they look like they should be together, but they didn't really do it for me during the season, and they didn't really do it for me now. Like, they like the mom and dad, the couples really on the after show, or the after Love is Blind, whatever. They're the one who's having the party. It's supposed to be a surprise birthday party for Natalie, who's turning 30. They didn't really, may mention that was her birthday, but they didn't have like a big old thing. Like, I thought they were going to do some grand gesture. But, they had the party. It has to be costume themed because that's Danielle's thing. Maybe that's why I liked the last seasons better, because they were, sophisticated, grown, and sexy. They had their nice dresses on. I like that. But this was like more of a fun, I like the 80s theme parties as well. I like anything 80s. So that's cool. But they had the party, and, what I liked about like Ayanna and Jared versus Nick and Danielle is Ayanna and Jared, they were open and transparent and honest with us. Like, look, we are having issues. It is what it is. These are the problems. Ayanna moved out of Jared's, their home at one point. She wasn't satisfied with him working in the clubs, bartending, always being out, the nightlife. The same issues they had before, they're still having now. And they were just open and honest, saying that this is still an issue. We are struggling in the marriage. Versus Nick and Danielle, who make it seem like there's really nothing wrong. They're happy and content in their marriage. They make it seem like there's no issues. And then boom, we find out that they filed for divorce. And it's like, where did this come from? We didn't know there was any issues. And granted, it's not our business to know. But if you're going to, be a little open and honest and say, hey, it's not perfect. It's not easy. Don't make it seem like, oh, it's so perfect. It's so lovely. They were like, oh, we make plans years out because we know, we're married. And he's like, I don't even know what it feels like to be single anymore. And they've only been married for a year. Like, I've only known each other for a year. Like, y'all putting 20 on 10, okay? Sorry. Got to get this cough under control. But I would have liked to see a little more transparency from them, especially if you're going to turn around and file for divorce, like with no explanation, like what didn't happen. Granted, this was filmed in March, and they just filed for divorce like last month, so it was months later. But you don't just up one day and file for divorce. Like, it has to have been something happening for a while for you to get to the point of filing for divorce. Especially if you're in the public eye, that's a big step and a big deal. I touched on Ayanna and Jared, a little bit, but same old thing. She moved out. She said she's tired of having the same issues. I can just tell. She's calling him immature, and she was like saying, like he's just not, like she's content with him not being around. Like, all the red flags, the signs are there. I don't know if she can ever get past the fact that really, and I can't really get past the fact, it might be me projecting that she was his second option. I didn't like it. It is what it is, because, we love Ayanna, but I couldn't get past that. I was hoping once they got married, of course, we all were hoping that they would work out and that they would see it to the end, but they just didn't seem all that compatible, and it's showing. now, and it's like when she's like he's so touchy feely, like stop. It just seems like she's not all that, and now it seems like she's not all that into him. Like they're just not compatible. And that's okay. Sometimes, opposites attract. Do opposites always work long term? I don't know. Let me know in the comments if y'all think opposites work long term. I feel like sometimes it can be a good balance. Y'all can balance each other out. And sometimes we can have this situation where it just causes friction. Mallory and Sal were definitely a hot topic because once it came to the party time, we were all staying in I don't know if they were in an Airbnb or they were staying in a house together. Mallory was saying, like, it's going to be awkward to see her ex-fiance, and then he strolls in there with his girlfriend, Jessie, who, in my opinion, seems like Jessie is trying to get a moment. Like, she seems like she's trying to, get on to TV, in my opinion. But they went, he brought his girlfriend with him, which, okay, you have a girlfriend, so it is awkward, like, that you brought your girlfriend and your ex is here. They have a moment where at the party, Sal, like, pulls Mallory to the side and was like, no hard feelings, I don't have no issues, nothing like that, no drama between us, whatever. And then his girlfriend steps in and is like, I want to talk to her one-on-one. And she's like, I don't feel no way about you. Like, I didn't care about you being here. And I'm like, why is the girlfriend talking to her? And he's like thanking his girlfriend later on because Mallory's like, basically like, okay, bye, girl. And he's like, oh, I'm so glad you did that and the way you handled it. No. Who are you? Like, this has nothing to do with you. I don't know why you're here. You definitely should not be speaking to me. If Sal wanted to pull her to the side, that's fine. The girlfriend should have stayed in her place. It was not her place to say anything because who are you? Who cares? But as long as you're not disrespecting me, I don't feel like Mallory was making a big deal. Step back. Like, well, who asked you to say anything? Nobody. We also had a little bit of tension because Shayna and her fiance at this time, because the night before, her boyfriend had proposed and gave her a nice ring. Okay, that ring was beautiful. He proposed, so he's not her fiance at this time. They come to the party, and Danielle was like, Natalie had told them that she was talking to Shane, and Shayna was just like, what? Like, Shayna was like, why is she lying on me? I don't know if she was squinting her eyes again because I didn't have my glasses on, but I feel like, girl, you trying to deflect. And Shayna was like, oh no, she's up here, exposing my business, but she's like, I don't like what she's saying, let's go. And her fiance was like, well, why? And she's like, nope, like, trust me, like, let's leave, like, I'm ready to go, like, very short. And I'm like, are you ready to go? Yeah, it's uncomfortable. Somebody's talking about you. You don't want to be there. At the same time, like, I'm not about to look guilty either. Like, now you're rushing out to leave. Like, is there truth to what she's saying, So her fiance is probably like, why are you ready and anxious to leave? Is it because you were sending him flirtatious messages? Now, later on, her fiance has a restaurant. So she invited Shane there when the restaurant was closed, and she told him what Natalie was saying, and Shane was defensive because he wasn't even at the party, so he couldn't defend himself. Excuse me. Or explain his side. It wasn't like Natalie made some big deal in front of everybody. She told the ladies to the side before they even got to the house. I mean, Danielle was kind of starting a little bit of drama, stirring up the pot with that. It would have been better if Shane was there for this to have come out. I don't know why he wasn't. Him not being there kind of made it like, he's not here to say his side, like, whatever. Shane is not going to say anything, whatever. But she introduced Shane to her fiance, so, I'm hoping that it's just a platonic friendship, like they said. It seemed like they're just friends. Of course, they always seemed in the past like they would have been a better fit. They look like they should be a fit. Their names sound like they should be a better fit. They seem like they would just be a better fit. But once he decided to go with Natalie, he's back and forth with her. Like, put some respect on it. Shayna even said they replayed the clip when she was like, you and your fake relationship. Like, yeah, I went when she was talking. If I was Natalie, yeah, you're not going to be talking to my man. You said our relationship was fake. Like, yeah, I don't want nothing. Why are you chit-chatting with her and getting your hair? Now he's going, like, if they were going to reconcile again, you're venting to her again, it's not going to happen. Like, it's always going to be an elephant in the room. Excuse me, y'all. I'm so sorry, y'all. I'm so sorry. Say a prayer for me. But, yeah, with all that going on, I thought, maybe we see a little bit more I think I went through everything. Daphne and Kyle are official. The two couples that are married are getting divorced. No one's together anymore. And everybody's going their separate ways, but season 3 is about to start next month. I hope it delivers. I feel like season 1 was more authentic, with some of the people really genuinely looking for love. Now that the hype is out, you get those people who just want some clout, when they be on TV, whatever. So it's kind of hard to tell what's real, what's not. But let me know in the comments what y'all thought, what y'all felt about this. How you feel about the couples now, how you feel about no one making it. Do you think some of the couples that filed for divorce may actually stop before the divorce is finalized and get back together? Let me know what you guys thought about it all, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.